Hello and welcome to the NewsRamp Health, Fitness, and Wellness podcast. I'm your host, Max Newsman, ready to guide you through today's most important stories. NewsRamp.com brings you curated business news from top sources, keeping you informed and ahead of the curve. A quick note before we start. This podcast is created using AI and AI voices, but all the news stories are real, and you can find the complete articles on NewsRamp.com. It's Monday evening, November 3rd, 2025, and we've got an exciting lineup of health, fitness, and wellness news waiting for you. So whether you're driving, taking a break, or winding down for the day, let's get right into it. Our first story today is Heidelberg Pharma to present new clinical data of lead ADC candidate HDP-101 at the World ADC Congress 2025 and to host webinar. Heidelberg Pharma AG will present new clinical data of their lead ADC candidate HDP-101 at the World ADC Congress 2025. Objective responses and promising anti-tumor activity have been observed in multiple patients in the ongoing Phase 2A clinical trial, reinforcing the therapeutic potential and safety profile of HDP-101 in relapsed or refractory multiple myeloma. A webinar will be hosted on 11th of November 2025 at 5 p.m. CET, featuring presentations by the Heidelberg Pharma management team and key opinion leader Professor Mark Stefan Robb. The R&D webinar will provide an opportunity for investors, analysts, and media to ask questions and engage with the team. More information about Heidelberg Pharma and their innovative ADC technologies can be found on their website.
New effort launched to support earlier diagnosis, treatment of aortic stenosis. The American Heart Association has launched a new effort to support earlier diagnosis and treatment of aortic stenosis, a common but underdiagnosed heart valve condition. By boosting clinical trial participation and speeding up diagnosis, the initiative aims to improve access to innovative care for people living with AS. This effort will drive awareness of and access to clinical trials across the association's nationwide network of hospitals and heart valve clinics. Supported by Cardigan, the initiative will engage at least 40 hospitals to connect more individuals with research opportunities, promoting emerging medical therapy alternatives. By identifying eligible participants for new clinical trials and supporting clinical research, this initiative will help shape the future of care for people affected by aortic stenosis.
Investor news breaks NanoViricides American NNVC to present at Spartan Capital Investor Conference 2025. NanoViricides Inc. and NNVC will present at the Spartan Capital Investor Conference in New York City today, November 3rd, 2025, at 9:45 a.m. ET. The company is a clinical stage developer of broad-spectrum antiviral drugs designed to prevent viral escape. NanoViricides is focused on advancing its lead drug candidate, NV387, into Phase 2 human clinical trials for the treatment of various respiratory viral infections, including RSV, COVID, long COVID, influenza, and Mpox, smallpox infections. The company's platform technology and programs are based on the TheraCore-R nanomedicine technology, with a focus on developing drugs for a range of viral diseases. For more information, visit the company's newsroom at the provided link.
Sapu Nano reveals the initial in-human clinical trial of Sapu 003 intravenous everolimus afinitor at Australian Translational Breast Cancer Symposium. Sapu Nano recently announced the initiation of the first in-human clinical trial of Sapu 03, an injectable formulation of everolimus afinitor, at the Australian Translational Breast Cancer Research Symposium. The trial aims to provide higher bioavailability and better efficacy compared to oral versions of the drug. Partners such as the Southern Oncology Clinical Research Unit, Ingenu, and Medisalon are collaborating on this trial. Sapu Nano is part of the Sapu family of companies established through GMP Biotechnology Limited, a joint venture between Oncotelic Therapeutics Inc. and Dragon Overseas Capital Limited. For more information, investors can visit the company's newsroom at ibn.fm/OTLC.
Soligenix Inc., NASDAQ SNGX, strengthens advisory leadership in cutaneous T-Cell Lymphoma. Soligenix Inc., listed on NASDAQ as SNGX, has strengthened its advisory leadership in cutaneous T-Cell lymphoma. The company updated its U.S. Medical Advisory Board for CTCL to support the clinical advancement of Hybrite, a synthetic hypericin, and related therapies. This strategic move reflects Soligenix's commitment to advancing its pipeline agents in CTCL. The updates include adding new members and retiring prior advisors to align clinical strategy with evolving standards of care. Soligenix, a clinical-stage biotechnology company focused on rare diseases and public health solutions, is placing fresh expertise and leadership at the center of its Hybrite development program. For more information, visit the company's newsroom.
LogicMark strives to drive growth in personal safety through innovation. LogicMark, a leading provider of personal emergency response systems and IoT technologies, is focused on driving growth through innovation. CEO Chia Lynn Simmons discussed the company's SaaS model and how it helps at-risk populations stay safe. With a connected care platform, LogicMark's products cater to both young and old demographics. To learn more about their innovative solutions, check out the full interview on Benzinga's platform. This sponsored content is for informational purposes only and not intended as investing advice.
Medical devices designed for every possibility. LogicMark, a leading provider of personal emergency response systems, offers a wide range of medical safety devices for seniors at every level of care. CEO Chia Lynn Simmons discussed the company's commitment to keeping at-risk populations safe on Benzinga's All Access. From PERS to health communication devices and IoT technologies, LogicMark's connected care platform is designed for every possibility. Learn more about their products by watching the full interview with Ms. Simmons.
Thank you for joining us today. That's it for this episode of the NewsRamp Health, Fitness, and Wellness podcast. As a reminder, NewsRamp curates news from leading newswires like Newsworthy.ai, 24-7pressrelease.com, newsdirect.com, and blockchainwire.io. We encourage you to visit newsramp.com to read all of today's news.